That means Sue could be in a lot of trouble, as you were saying, in these other matches, possibly against DRG or Stork. Down here in the bottom center, 3-time GSL finalist.
SK Telecom T1 Sue.
And in the upper right, we have our Protoss in the red. Holding his own against Sue, he is
CJ&2's Trust.
What up, Artie?
I
saw the copy pasta about Talk to Me Tosis.
It's pretty good.
Pretty funny stuff.
It's pretty funny.
Well, we have a 3-player map here on merry-go-round. Zerg sending his first Overlord out in the wrong direction.
Oh, what a fool. How could he make this mistake? 3-time GSL finals, come on.
Well,
So-
gate first now for Trust.
I wonder if there's any plan for what he wants to do with that. You know what could be cool? I actually really like it on this map, is like a Son-esque expo into 4-gate.
Okay.
Like, yeah. You know, Parting has actually done it like last season on this map with 2 gases, where he went fast expand and then like, what was it, 4 or 5 stalk or something like that into just sellout warpins off of 4 gates. And builds like that can be very, very nice here. You get down there pretty quickly, and you know, those builds can always catch a Zerg off guard. I think that if that's his plan for this map, it's really smart. But Sue is playing quite carefully as well. He's actually getting a nice and quick gas.
Oh, welcome from Texas.
Ooh, you get 2
You
GSL
get 3
coins.
GSL coins.
Well, now he gets 2. Well, he gets 1 for coming to the studio and then 2 for the sign.
Wow.
Yeah. Congratulations, you're rich. You've found oil and soul.
So we have Zerg just continuing to drone up. I got to say, that last game had to catch Sue off guard. It all came down to that really nice DT attack, and Sue just took way too much damage, lost way too much mining time, lost too many workers. And the timing worked. If Trust plays one more game and is just solid, and I would say if these guys had to play 100 games, I think Sue wins a lot more.
Yeah.
But I'd say in a best of 3, right now 1-1, I think Trust has a better chance here when Sue hasn't seen all of Trust's strategies.
Yeah.
Has not probably played against Trust anywhere near as much.
Well, certainly true, Tasteless. We do have that Mothership core on the way. He's going to go ahead and get his wall up in ASAP, because if someone's getting speed this quick...
Have I been calling him True in some of these games and not Trust?
No.
I get some of these, whenever I'm thinking about these 2 guys, True and Trust, I start to swap their names around.
Oh, no, I don't think you did.
I don't, okay, I was just checking.
Maybe you did.
I was just thinking, I'm like, God, why do I, and I'm like, oh, of course, because his name reminds me so much of True, and then I'm like, have I been calling him True?
Well,
Like, am I
Zerg.
crazy?
Well, you're definitely crazy, but that's not the point of this.
You're a crazy taste, as you did decide to cast video games for a living. It's
Yeah.
a pretty crazy move.
This Overlord's going to go ahead, scout this Stargate. And, of course, that's some very valuable intel. Forge going up right now. Probably that means we're going to see a 3rd base coming out of Trust. I don't think we're going to see anything
Let's remember
too
that
crazy.
Trust, in the previous game, got a bunch of sentries and lost. We could have had a completely different game if that did not occur.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, if he had those sentries, when he walked out into the map with that other army, oh, God, he just makes a force field donut and, like, puts on Guardian shields, like 4 of them, just to show off. And, I mean, I don't even know what
Did you see that,
you're supposed
that
to do.
old GIF of someone fused the this scene of Banelings coming down, and the Protoss actually gets a force field donut that catches all of them.
Yeah,
and then it cuts to this guy from a PlayStation 1 commercial.
Yeah.
It's got these cheesy glasses on, and he's like twisting the controller around as he's making moves.
Yeah.
He hits like X, and then it cuts back to the game shot, and the storm kills those Banes.
Yeah.
Someone has got to send me that on Twitter. It's so funny. I haven't been able to
pretty
find it.
funny.
I tried looking it up last night after we cast it. Okay, here comes this Oracle, actually doing a good amount of damage, killing 3 drones and now backing up.
Yeah, not too bad. Void Ray on the way currently. Layar coming up for Sue, and he is, of course, getting that 3rd base. Nothing that can be done about the 3rd base really right now. But good scouting happening from Trust.
Double gases now being taken. And yeah, so far so good. Trust not choking here, not losing that Oracle.
You know, on the topic of that gift that you were talking about.
Yeah, what's up?
There was a guy, I don't know if he still plays, but he was like Masters League, I believe, he was playing 2 vs. 2s with an Xbox controller. He like programmed the keys into the Xbox controller.
That's so cool.
And like I actually was watching his stream for a few days because I'm like, oh my god. And like he was doing a good job. Of course he was using Protoss, yes. And mostly, yes, he was just making gateway units and sending them across, but he did a very good job with it, actually.
Was he able to micro well? Like, was he actually...
it was very rudimentary micro. Obviously, like, you don't have a mouse, it's going to be very hard to do anything too much, but, like, very rudimentary micro. But, I mean, he was basically executing build orders and helping his teammate.
You know what I wonder, actually?
And they did a good job.
Is if we had a tournament that was one-on-one, but people were only allowed to use controllers, because that would change the way the game would be played so much. What would that tournament ultimately look like?
That's actually kind of interesting.
Because, I mean, the metagame would change. There's a lot of micro things you couldn't do.
Well, you'd have
like,
to...
What is a dumbed-down version of StarCraft II like with...
it's like Warcraft 3.
About 1/3 of the StarCraft II programmers who are Warcraft 3 programmers shake their fist at you.
Yeah, but they know it's true.
And then you go watch this and you wind walk through them like the Blade Master.
Yeah. Actually, it's kind of interesting, but you'd have to program your controller. How everyone would program them differently. I think you could like program a controller for a very specific strategy.
Yeah, I was gonna say it would almost be a matter of who could figure out the limitations of the controller.
Yeah, and then figure out the strat that does best.
Exactly.
It's like just Baneling bus.
Okay, so we have Hydra's coming up now.
A lot of Zerglings as well. He does have a nice wall over at that 3rd base. He has 6 sentries.
Problem is the force fields can't help as much against the Hydras if he doesn't get them up perfectly. Because the Hydras can just stand behind the force fields and hit stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of tough because, I guess he doesn't want to attack there right now. Attacking up here should be able to send him back, I think. Oh, no, he's just going to go for it, I guess.
Yeah, hope to be able to take out this cannon and then the Void Ray, and I think the Nexus is not going to be something he can hold. Oh, my God, it's into the sentry side here now. Su is looking in fantastic shape here in this 3rd game. I think he's going to get... I think he actually can just win this.
Doesn't really have enough units to do anything here, and that Nexus will end up falling down.
And this is 3 gates that are going to be wiped out, which is going to slow down Protoss' production so much.
Indeed it is. What do you do here as Protoss? Do you just go into a 2-base all-in?
This is definitely, I don't even know what kind of 2-base all-in you could do that would work.
It would have to be
3 gates.
It has to be a Colossus-based all-in. Like, against this many Hydras and Lings out already, like, even eliminating those is going to be really difficult without the Colossus. So, if he does go for an all-in, it should be Colossus-based. Will it be an all-in, or is he going to try to actually fight back? Because Su's getting a 4th now, before the 3rd is even started again by Trust. And that's just like, I mean, against a 3-time-in-a-row GSL finalist, you cannot be down this much on bases. This is where he can get stubborn again on his mutas.
From here, there's a lot of ways that Su can close this out, but I think it's, again, going back to those 3 gateways that were destroyed in that little attack, that hurts Protoss so much. With Zerg on 4 base to Protoss on 2, I just don't know. How many sentries were killed back there, by the way?
Not that many. He escaped with a good chunk of them, so the sentry count isn't really what I'm worried about. I think it's just, it looks like he lost. I think he lost 2. I believe he had 6 at that time. So it's not like too bad considering how tough that engagement.
By the way, I think you're exactly right with what Protoss is trying to do from here is just use the 2-base Colossus gateway timing. We see +2 about halfway done here, and Blink as well.
I want to make like a general rule of taking a 3rd base with a sentry-based army like very quickly in PvZ. I don't have this completely formulated yet in my head, but it's something I've been thinking about a lot because I see a lot of games that look kind of like this, and I feel like you almost always have to have your army at your 3rd base because you can't walk out of your wall-in and do anything because the wall-in is so small and so tight.
Yeah.
The wall-in is to sit behind. You can't actually walk out of it against units against a very good Zerg player. So I feel like you have to be at that 3rd, and if they want to actually attack anywhere, it has to be your natural, and then you can actually sandwich them a lot easier.
Oh, Zerg's going to go for a timing. He's going to get 10 Corruptors. This is probably the safest way to win this game here from Su.
Agreed. How are you going to have enough Colossus and enough anti-air?
It's just, yeah, the Colossus all die, and then the ground army's too big, and you throw up your force fields. That buys a little bit of time, and then the force fields go away, and the game is over.
That's right. It's a pretty strong army at the moment. 73 drones on 4 bases against a 2-base Protoss. You know, Trust. Not going to live much longer here, Tasteless.
Oh my God! Even corrupting that, Sue is really stepping it up. Now Trust is poking out again here, but there is a countdown here for Sue's huge timing attack here. Now with the Corruptors here, he can start to move in.
Well, here he goes. He's actually going to go ahead and hit these Colossi before the Corruptors even get there. And he is going to take them out just so quickly with only Stalkers left and no force fields.
The Colossi did so much damage to those Lings, but it still does not matter. It still just does not matter. There's too many Roaches, too many Hydras.
He just absolutely cannot hold that army. A nice little counter-harassment, but at the end of the day, it's all about actually losing all of your tech units. Even if you were to hold here, it's not enough. All right. That is Sue going to the winner's match, but you know what? I was like really disappointed in how Hurricane and Terminator played. I was like, oh, this seems a lot below the level of the other players in the group, even though, like, especially with Terminator, I know he's very good. But Trust, I look at him, I'm like, oh, he kind of reminds me of some of the guys that we see in Code A, where it's like, oh, this guy's really actually coming up. Trust had some good strats. He did play well at certain pieces of it. Just you can't expect him on his first GSL Code S to take out this guy, Sue. Experience
is so important in stuff like this, and it was definitely, I mean, he's not out of the tournament yet, but he's certainly not in good standing here. We're going to take a short little break. When we come back, we're going to go see DRG against Stork.